Yo, what is going on, my people? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to show you my scalping strategy that I like to use when working with SMC and also working with the order flow footprint. So it's actually a fairly easy strategy. And I'm going to show you today how I go about it. So before we get started into the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I'm going to be uploading a lot of content. So I promise you're not going to want to miss out what I have to show you. Okay, so we're going to start off here on GPSD. So I'm going to literally give you everything right now. I start off with market structure. Okay, I've been saying this for the past 3 years. I've been uploading videos. We always look at market structure. And the beautiful thing right now on GPSD is the market structure is fairly nice. Now, if we take a look at the higher time frame, we have a 1 point of interest right here on the 6-hour time frame. And this is the one where I potentially can expect some reactions from. And you can see we're kind of reacting from it right here, right now. But the sell that I took, okay, the sell that I took earlier on was from here, and I'm going to show you right now. So I had some margin to sell. Okay, obviously I wasn't selling at the most premium area of this whole trading range if you want to take a look at it, but I still had some margin to sell, and I am scalping. Okay, I'm on the smaller time frames, so I have from here to there to sell. That's no issues. Now if you take a look at my market structure really quickly, you can clearly tell that we are in a bearish structure. Okay, we're clearly in a downtrend. So my expectation is that after this pullback right here, we make another move down, okay, expand to the downside, and then potentially have a pullback or complete reversal or whatever. So this is my expectation. So as we look at price a little bit closer, you guys know that we like to take a look at my 3 market phases. I understand that I have a consolidation right here. Then I usually like to look at take a look at a manipulation, okay, a run of the buy side liquidity first of these highs, tapping into my point of interest, and then I look to short it down from this area of supply, order block, whatever you want to call it. Okay, this is the same setup that we look for over and over and over again. Okay, there's nothing different about this. You look for a move down, consolidation just before a London session. You expect that manipulation, tap into some zone, okay, like a supply, and then you move down, and over again. And you'll notice this, okay, if you go on the lower time frame, you'll see it occurring constantly. Look, consolidation, manipulation, and then trend. Okay, consolidation, manipulation, and then trend. Consolidate, manipulate, and then trend. And consistently tapping into point of interests and expanding down. Tapping into point of interests, look, and expanding down. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. The same thing, okay, nothing different. So if I take a look at price here real quick. So what do I have? I have my nice little point of interest right here. I mark this zone out, and I can see that we have some inducement, okay, some inner liquidity. And this inner liquidity is going to basically act as sponsorship for this move down. And I mark this out, inner liquidity, boom. So what do? I simply just wait for price, right, to tap into my zone. And that's all. So how I scalp is I drop down to the lower time frame. I have my higher time frame point of interest, okay. I make sure that's a higher time frame point of interest. But then as price approaches my zone, I drop down to the 1 minute time frame. Now, the 1 minute time frame is all right on the footprints, but it's still a little bit confusing. So if it's very difficult for you to understand at the start, then I recommend you going to the 3 minute time frame, and I think that's a much more easily understood time frame. So I wait for price to approach my zone. As you can see, boom, we tapped right into the zone, and this is very important for me because now I drop down to my lower time frame as we tap into the zone, and now this is where I head into my order flow footprints, and I'm going to bring that up right now. Here we go. So this is my order flow footprints, and I am going to go back to the time where price went back. Obviously there's a replay tool on TradingView, which is handy, but there's no replay tool on NinjaTrader here. So I'm going to go back to the time that we tapped in, and I believe it was around 8:45, just like so. So you guys know when it comes to the order flow footprints, okay, there's a lot to see. There's a lot to see, but if you guys don't understand what the order flow footprints, I'm going to give you a quick explanation right here. Basically, it gives me details, okay? It gives me information as to the strength of buyers and sellers within each and every candle. I can see executed contracts on the bid and offer. Okay, so I can essentially see people that are selling, and I can essentially see the volume of the people that are buying. And this is very important because it gives me indications into who is stronger at this moment. Are the buyers stronger? Are the sellers stronger? And we can look at this, and we can view this from this statistical panel right here, and this gives me information into the deltas. There's multiple things that we can take a look at, multiple different confirmations. Today I'm just going to simply focus on the delta for you. So you know, I like to take a look at this in 3 phases. I like to take a look at this in as price approaches the zone, as price taps the zone, and as price moves away from the zone. Okay. And also, really quickly, guys, if you don't know anything about order flow and you want to get a better understanding, make sure you head down right now into the link in the description and get my free order flow ebook. This is going to give you a much better explanation as to what you're seeing here, how to read the candles, and my confirmation setup as well on paper, so you can follow it along with me as well. So, as I said, I like to take a look at as price approaches my zone, as price taps in, and as price moves away. Let's think of it logically. As I approach my zone, as I approach my supply, what do I want to see? What do I want to see? Well, I understand that in order for price to reach my supply, there was buyers. They were buying up the demand. They were hitting the offers. Okay. So as we approach my zone, I want to see a decrease in interest and buying pressure. So I want to see less and less buying pressure. So as we approach the zone, which is going to be right here, I'm going to draw a rectangle just so you know where the zone is. The zone's here. I can't go all the way back to the left, but this is the zone. As I approach the zone, I want to see decrease in buying pressure. And we take a look at this by simply looking at the max delta. I can look at the net delta. Okay. And this basically gives me the indication. Okay. It gives me information into the difference. Okay. Between the buyers and sellers. So if we're taking a look at the delta and the delta is positive, this is basically showing me that that in this specific candle, okay, the buyers were 220 times more than 220 contracts more than the sellers within that candle. Okay, so it's the net difference between the buyers and sellers within a candle. So don't get it mistaken thinking that the 220 here stands for the executed contracts. No, this is the difference between the buyers and sellers. And the higher the difference, okay, so the comparison of 18 delta with 220 delta here is basically showing me that this is much, much stronger because there is a much, much bigger difference, okay, between the buyers and sellers, because the buyers were much, much stronger in this candle in comparison to a candle with only 18 delta. Net delta. But we can also just simply take a look at it from the max delta and the min delta as well. This is showing me basically the buyers right here, and this is basically showing me the sellers. So as we approach the zone, what can I see? I can see 49, 18, 17, 163, minus 163, 220, 62. So far there's still no indication that we're looking for sells, right? There's still no indication that we are going to be looking for sells. But here, as I'm starting to reach the top, I see this big candle, big green candle. And it's very, very important that we take a look at the law of effort and result, noticing what the numbers are here, and comparing it with how the candle is actually printed. And sometimes you'll notice like a divergence between the numbers here and the candles right here. And this can give you a very, very big indication, okay, that something big might happen. So you can see it's kind of strange right here that we have 190 here, right? We have 190 and the candle is this size, but now we have -6 and the candle is this size. So you can see now something is occurring. It's out of the norm. It's like an anomaly basically. So I have -6. I went from 190 basically to -6. That's a delta flip, okay? And straight after that, I take a look and I went to -233. But still, I'm not looking for anything. This is as we tap into the zone, by the way. I can see some selling imbalances coming in. I can see some selling imbalances. Okay, and at the top right here, I can see also delta divergence. But I can see some selling imbalances coming in. Still no reason for me to short yet. And this is how I simply look for a short. I look to short when I can see that I take a look, I bundle the candle in three. I like to bundle the candle in essentially in threes. I like to see the buyers decreasing. Okay, I like to see the buyers decreasing in the candle, and I like to see the sellers increasing. If I can see that 3 candles consecutively, this is usually a good sell sign for me. So I'm going to 3-minute time frame right here, and I'm going to drop into the 1-minute time frame, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. If you're not understanding what I'm saying, don't worry, because I'll explain it very, very clearly now in a moment. So this is the 1-minute time frame, and this is going to give you a very, very strong idea now of what I'm saying. What do I see? I see 177, strong buying. And look at the buyers decreasing from 177 to 2, 11, 10, 49, and then straight away from 49 to -65. This is my first sign that we are reacting. Sellers are stepping in from the supply right here. But then I need to see the candles, the negative deltas essentially consecutively increasing while the buyers are just simply nowhere to be seen. So I see this right here. I go from -65, -23, then from -23 I'm doubling to -54, and then now I'm even going 3 times -54 to minus 156. This is a very, very good sign for me, because I'm seeing that the sellers are getting stronger as we go through the candles. And then I'm also seeing that the buyers are nowhere to be seen. 0 buyers here, and just one, and 108 here. So you can see this tree, we bundle these three together and we can see this is where we're at. The next candle, we go ahead again and we try to buy. Look, heavy buying stepping in. A lot of aggressive buying, 153, 48, 53. And you can see 152, 158, no selling whatsoever, but the candle goes nowhere. All of these buyers right here are being absorbed. Next candle, once again, engulfs that candle. At this point, I'm looking for shorts, okay? I see 5, minus 17, minus 18, I enter my sell. I simply execute my sell right here, and I place my stop loss right above the high. If we break the high, then clearly the trade has not worked out for me, but if we short and it works out, that's perfect. Where do I aim for? I simply aim for 3R. That is all I aim for. My strategy is like this. I go 1 to 1. When I'm 1 to 1, I go break even. And then I simply just let my trade ride out to 3R and I'm out. So if I'm here and I enter the trade here, so that's it right here. Look, my stop loss is here. And this is my entry. And probably will get entered a little bit lower, just seemingly with spreads. Okay, this is my spreads. And then my take profit is down here. And this is a 3R take profit. Okay, all the way down here. So I enter my sell. And as you can see, very few buyers here, very few buyers, and we're shorting. And we're nicely in profit. We go down to 2R. As you can see, then price starts consolidating. We still haven't hit my stop loss right here. Price is consolidating, price consolidating. Most likely at this point, I'm out. I'm exiting the trade early. Why? Because I see that around 9-10 a.m. during London session, there's barely any volume. Okay, very low volume here, and as you can tell from the volume, look, 26, 4, 8, 6. This is not a good sign, especially during this time in the London session. So it's usually not a high volume time anyways, but even more so today, it was just very low volume. So most likely I'd stay away from it. And this is how I literally scalp. This is how I scalp. 3R. All I aim for is 3R. What do we do again? Let's recap real quick. I want to see the buyers decreasing as we approach my zone. I want to see some strong sellers stepping in. Okay. And then I want to see 3 consecutive candles where the sellers are getting stronger and just no buyers in the candle whatsoever. And then I simply short. Okay, I mark execute, place my stop loss above the high, and I go for 3R. When I hit 1 to 1, I'm simply going break even. Okay, and I'm aiming for a 3R, and I'm completely closing my trade after that. I can, as I'm in the trade, to manage the trade, I can look at the buyers and sellers. If I start seeing that the buyers are now stepping in, the sellers are getting weaker, very good sign that potentially now it's time to get out. So the beautiful thing about order flow is it's not just for entries. I can actually use it to exit and manage my trade, and that is very powerful. Okay. So as I said, if you are interested, guys, in understanding a little bit more about order flow, make sure to head down to the description and get my free order flow ebook right now. If you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe because it simply just supports me to upload a lot more content for you guys. So yeah, make sure you have the notifications on as well, because I'll probably try to be uploading every 3 videos a week, something like that. But yeah, that's about it for now. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.